Alright, and hello and welcome to No Man's Sky. Today, we're going back in with another tutorial. We're going to be looking at Expedition 19. So you can now build your own ships in No Man's Sky, and with that has come with the new Expedition. If you're new to Expeditions is essentially like a story guide part of the game that comes with each new update in No Man's Sky. So when they add an update to the game that usually involves adding new mechanics, they add in an expedition which essentially teaches you how to interact with these new things they've added into the game. If you're very new to the game, you probably don't know what the anomaly is yet, but the anomaly is essentially the multiplayer hub. But this here is the Quicksilver vendor. This is a currency you can earn through doing multiplayer events. You can also come here for your Twitch rewards and your expedition rewards. So this is what we're going to be looking at today, and these are some of the things you can earn from completing this expedition. So a lot of it would seem, you can get some posters. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Always nice to have more decoration items. The Vigilant Trail. So this looks like it's going to be a jetpack trail that you can put on your back. Pretty cool. Looks like it's going to be some sort of green glowing light with some orbs coming off it. Nice, nice. And the Plasma Starship Trail. Again, a very sort of electrical, kind of bluish, wispy looking thing. And the Deadeye Cannon. Interesting. So that looks like a whole new module you'll be able to get for the new Corvette ship you can build. Corvette decal. Cool. Corvette banner. So these are just, again, other ways to decorate your player. The Shipwright title, so titles show before your name, and then the Mecha Mouse Egg. To start your expedition, come into your main account that you want to complete it for, you'll come to this terminal here. So this is where you can start the expedition. Expedition 19, 6 weeks remaining, Corvette. Start an expedition, go on a journey alongside the whole community, the exclusive phase rewards. So I believe there are like community-based events with the expeditions that, like, if all of you do enough together, you'll get extra rewards. But that's just another thing, really. Hopefully this guide will be helpful to those of you who are just looking to follow through with someone on how to complete this for yourself. Bring any technology or cargo you want to bring with you from your main account. So this is why I suggest your main account, because that's going to be the account you've got loads of things you can bring with you. Don't worry if you can't bring anything, or this is a new account for you and you've got nothing to bring. It's not that important. This is just going to help me get started a bit quicker than I might normally not be able to, but for the most part, I need to get off the beginning planet on my own anyway. I'm not going to bother any technology. I think I just want some basic essentials. Alright, here we are. Expedition has started. So you can see we're on a random planet. To get started, we're going to jump straight in and go to Expedition. You want to start going straight by phase, okay? So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 phases. The final phase tends to be nothing. The final phase is always pretty much just get a reward for completing the other 5 phases. So really there's 5 phases. I'm just going to read through all these real quickly. We'll do a quick overview of all the objectives we're going to be going through. So, rise from the wreckage of your ship, investigate your starship, assemble a Corvette class ship. Yep, already knew that was going to be the case. Excavate Corvette modules. So again, it's teaching all about building the Corvette so far. Engage Corvette autopilot. So again, teaching more about the Corvette. Leave the initial system. Awesome. Engage and destroy Sentinel interceptors. So we're going to do some fighting. Sign the first rendezvous station. Cool. And that's it. So just build a Corvette and do some fighting, pretty much. Then sign the second rendezvous station. Cool. So some just traveling from system to system. Install Corvette modules to increase inventory capacity. Grow and harvest plants in your Corvette. Perform a spacewalk. So that will be getting out into space from your Corvette. Visit a lush world. Catch a variety of fish. Ooh, that one's going to be fun. Gather seafood. Okay, so some fishing. And then for the third phase, sign the third rendezvous station. So this is again just making sure we travel to the next destination. Install Corvette modules. Mine from asteroids. Discover fauna on distant planets. Acquire a Sentinel class multi-tool. Ooh. Eliminate corrupt Sentinels. Pilot your starship. Okay, so again, it's all very flying based. This is actually quite a nice expedition, it would seem. Sign the fourth rendezvous. Install modules. Install Corvette modules. Ride in another traveler's Corvette. Okay, so that's it's an optional one. So if you can't find anyone to play with, don't worry about it. But hey, I think that's pretty easy. You can probably go to the anomaly and just jump on the back of someone's ship and wait for them to go, or just play with a friend. Fall from 60 seconds from a Corvette. Cool, so just go out in space and just jump. Visit a pirate system. Smuggle black market goods. And fast scramble, execute an emergency warp. Okay, these are all pretty easy so far. First things we're going to do is we're about to die. So, oh my god, I need to get resources. Dig yourself a hole. and go in here. There you go. Temperature stabilizing. Okay, so now the weather's calmed down, we're going to start the expedition. So the first thing we need to do is investigate a starship. So we need to find our ship. You can see on the top bar of my screen, there's this little dial on the top, a compass. We're looking for the ship icon. My ship is over here. It's normally never too far away. For the sake of me, I might rush it a bit just to get this video out to you guys as soon as possible. But there's no point rushing it and just take your time because you will get rewarded for it. There we go. Okay. So what do we need to do? We need to investigate. I need pure ferrite and dihydrogen jelly. Are we just going to go straight to getting our cool ship? So we need chromatic metal. Usually the best way to get metal is copper. There we go. Instantly. So this planet has copper. There are other ways to get metals too, and sometimes I change it per expedition, but copper is usually the way you want to go about it. And we're just going to use the terrain tool, go to the bottom, flatten it out. There we go. We need metal plating and oxygen. To get oxygen, you want to destroy things that produce oxygen. Usually trees or plants or anything that's like living life. Hazardous flora will always give you oxygen. My god. Twisted my words there. So I know what they look like, but again, if you're a new player, you might not recognize them. Things like this, if you get too close to them, they'll attack you. But they always give oxygen. Good thing I just scanned these rocks. I found out these rocks are also giving off chromatic metal. So like I said, you don't just... There are other ways to get chromatic metal. Cooking down copper is one of the better ways. But yeah, it looks like this planet just gives it to you on rocks. So while you're farming for ferrite dust, you can just get the chromatic metal. So honestly, just mine as much of these as you can. Get stacked up on ferrite dust, and by the time you're done, you'll have enough chromatic metal and hopefully copper. If you ever think you're stuck, you'll always find things. So there we go, some red plants here. These will be giving me oxygen, I believe. Yep, oxygen rich. So these are like the base resources you need to get off any planet for fuel or just to survive. They will be accessible everywhere. You'll never get fully trapped. We can now come here and go to orbital uplink. We have the chromatic metal. We're going to build that. So now it's built. What does the task say? Teleport to the local space station. Activate teleport. There we go. So that's interesting. Here we are, I guess. My god. And that should be the first objective done. We can now come here to the expedition menu and we can collect reward, and we're going to get Corvette basic module packs. And we're probably going to need them for the next stage. So yeah, we're getting the basic everything to build your first Corvette. To start building your Corvette, there's these new teleporters. We're going to go to the first one and hope no one else is on this one. And we're going to go to the Corvette workshop. Create new Corvette. So the game just rewarded us for all the parts we're going to need to get started. So I wouldn't worry about getting too fancy with all this, just build something to get you going. So we're going to need a landing gear, we're going to need a habitation first of all. Let's get a habitation going. Let's get a cockpit on the front. Look at that, already ship looking. And how many thrusters do we have? We've got 2 thrusters, so we can just stick one on each side. We need to flip it. There you go. Look at that, our beautiful ship. And we've got one more landing gear too, we can shove that on there. Wow. And you know what, I'll go the extra mile and I'll give it a paint job. Put the reactor on the top. There we go. Ship built. And we will stick a gun on top of the reactor. Furnish the interior of your Corvette ship. Step inside. Okay, on to stage the next part of it, I guess. So, it wants us to build a mission radar. We're just going to shove ours there. And we did it! So what's next? Excavate modules. Okay, so it's going to send us to a planet to go get some extra modules for building. You can see the name of the planet there. I'm not going to try and pronounce that. I'll just embarrass myself. Some of them are going to be quite easy to do. So one of them did just want us to jump. Oh, look at that. We've got a little base we can go straight to as well. Down there. Just completed an expedition. Stepped into the black. That's because we're just floating in space for 30 seconds. I remember that one. Now we're here. We're going to want to scan with our radar. And I just saw one there, but I'm just checking if there's a closer one. We're looking for these golden signal sort of symbols called salvage containers. That is what we want. Oh my god, that's further than I thought. Okay, so you come to these, you mine them out using the terrain tool, and there we go. Mine however you want. I'm not your parent. There we go. Mine the side ones. These are protecting it, and then you get the real prize here. Looks like we're getting multiple modules from this though, so you might not have to mine 5 separate things. Excavate 5. See, we got 3, so we only find 1 more realistically. For those of you who are watching and haven't left the first planet yet that had beetles on it, I recommend taming a beetle, because honestly, that's going to make like traveling on planets so much easier. I'm pretty sure you can just come here and you can go and make a pellet. Yeah, I'm going to make a pellet now, make 5. And then if you see beetles again, tame them. They're really good for traveling around on a planet. We have completed this one now, so we're going to collect the reward. Ooh, look at that. We've unlocked all our windows for the Corvette, so that's likely going to be linked to the next challenge, I imagine. We've also got this one. I haven't collected this one yet, just because my inventory is already very full, and I probably don't need stuff from that page yet. Engage Corvette's autopilot for 30 seconds. Very easy to do. We'll go do that right now. Okay, autopilot management. So you just come to your menu here. You can leave the pilot seat. That's not what we're going to be doing here, but we're going to go back into our seat. We're going to go autopilot, and hopefully a planet that's far enough away that it will take 30 seconds. Oh, there we go. I think we just did it. We're going to collect reward. We're going to get some starship weapon upgrades. Cool. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Some weapon stuff. Just helps me get an idea of what to expect next by reading what the reward is. We need to fix it too. We need more chromatic metal. Okay, well, I'm going to go get some more chromatic metal, and then I'll be back with you. I'm just going to do what we did early in the video, destroy those rocks, and get some more copper from the first planet we were on. Okay, another heads up. I was trying to jump from my ship very high up, just to get that challenge done early, if I could. Also, I found some beetles. I have a pet beetle now. Cannot summon my ship at all. Cannot land here. So if you run into this issue, I'm assuming the only solution we really have, because I can't get my ship now, is to come to your inventory and make another orbital uplink. So that's what I'm going to have to do to get back and leave. I've used the device. I teleported back up to the space station, so that works fine. I've got the chromatic metal. I've created some carbon nanofiber tube thingies. Now we're going to make 3 microprocessors. There we go. Sir? I got in the wrong ship. Uh-oh. Okay, well, we'll be right back. Okay, we're back. I had to waste some more chromatic metal to get back here, but I did get that friend mission done. Yeah, hitchhiking. There we go. So that did work. Warp to a new system. Let's fix that drive. Let's go to here. There we go. Get it done. Warp to a new system. Let's do it. Okay, out of jump range. So typically you just follow this green route. And you can see there was an icon for a destination it wants me to go to. Went to light speed. There we go. So let's go collect that reward. We're already being attacked. What have I done? So if you're like me and you're struggling to get something to want to hurt you out in space, which is honestly rare, I think just attack randoms, or even just shoot. There we go. Okay. Everyone hates me now. There we go. That's free. So let's collect this. We're getting microprocessors, hematic. Oh, that's loads of good stuff. Do I have space for it? Sign the first rendezvous. We leave in this galaxy. I also recommend you land at every space station on your journey that you can, because then you can teleport straight back to it when you need to. Because you unlock the teleporter for it. Yeah, we can just warp galaxy. Okay. So we'll just head our way to the rendezvous. Okay, we're in the new system. You can probably tell I've also made adjustments to my ship. It was just from the 3 parts we've already been given. Upstairs, okay. Ooh, I've never interacted with this terminal before. Let's have a look. Station call. So, I guess we're just doing some sort of upload. Imprint. There we go, imprinting. 0% restored. Yippee! There we go, we did it. So that is the whole of phase 1 complete. That was fairly easy. I mean, the longest part of all of this is just getting the resources to start with. It speeds up as well with each phase. But here's what we want to. So this is for completing the whole phase. This is your whole phase reward down here. And this usually links back to the rewards we were looking at earlier, where we could go to that vendor to get them. I'm just going to go straight there. Let's imprint. Awesome. Complete. See what I mean by a lot of these are pretty easy to do. Install Corvette inventory modules. So now we want to just put on the ones that increase our capacity. So these ones. I mean, that works for me. There we go. Advanced, expand. And we get plantable seeds. And I know there's a seed-based one coming up, so we're going to need that. So we're going to need to build the living wall. Which means we need silver. So we just need a bit of silver. There you go, because we're getting it right now. Very easy to get. Same with gold, tritium 2. You can't ever really get stranded in space. Tritium is what you need for fuel. I'm going to build our living wall. Just going to put it there. To get plants, now that we can build them, you can find them on planets. I've made it to the planet, but I actually got this achievement for coming here. Visit a lush world. Viridescent are lush worlds. There's a few different words they use for lush world, but we are now looking for these symbols here. So we've got impulse beans there, but I saw star bramble there, which might be what we're after. So we need a hazmat gauntlet, I've just remembered. Brilliant. So I found a sodium rich zone. They're just bright yellow glowing flowers. If you can't find any sodium, look for these. You might find yellow crystals too, but you'll need an advanced mining laser to actually mine them. I currently don't see that I have access to that. Might be intentional for the mission. So plants is what you're going to be after, and if you're lucky and you find this huge bundle of them, you'll have so much sodium, you'll be fine. Might as well let it keep going and doing its thing. Hazmat gauntlet. Now we can actually harvest plants. Here we go, here's the rest. We're going to get a bunch of this, because you're going to need quite a few. Parathium, we do need parathium. Okay, so parathium is the resource that is native to Paradise planets. So it shouldn't be hard to find. Now we're back aboard the ship, we've got our parathium, we've got the plant, we've got the hazmat gauntlet. I can now start planting some star bramble. So I'm just going to pop mine there. I should be able to harvest it. The actual achievement was to harvest plants on your Corvette. So as long as you've got one planted, you can just work at this over time. So we're all good, we're sorted. We just need to check up on that every now and then. The next thing is to collect this reward. Drift among the stars. So we did this one ages ago. Catch your first free fish. So in order for you to start getting your own fish, you're going to need to build a multi-tool technology piece with a fishing rig. We'll come on out. Exactly the same planet, I just found some water. We can now bring it out. Pretty much watch the rod, you can see it's kind of red. When something gets caught, yeah, yellow, and then you want to wait for it to go green, and that's when you're going to hold down the button. Awesome, so there we go, we've got free fish now. So we'll go back onto the ship. So we have our fish, we're back on the ship. Nutrient processor, so we can collect this. I'm not going to collect it just yet, it looks like it's just some upgrades. We're going to prepare seafood in the Corvette nutrition unit. So this will be it. Let's prepare some seafood. Pickled fish. Yummy. Is that, do we just need to do the one, maybe? Yeah, just the one. Cool. Simple as that. But that is phase 2 complete. No, it's not. We need to harvest plants. So that will keep going. You can see our plant just here, it's growing away. As we get more, I should be able to plant another one as well next to it, so that will double up the speed. But we can just keep that one going. We don't need to worry about that for now. So assign the 3rd rendezvous station. Head on up. 1% restored. Okay. So let's claim that reward. Corvette engine modules. Some more upgrades for the Corvette. I'm guessing they're going to want me to do some more upgrading on it soon. Next, install Corvette maneuverability modules. There we go. Just as predicted, we're going to need to upgrade our ship. Oh, 5 out of 6. There we go. There we go. So that one's complete now. And we've already completed the heavyweight, which is destroying asteroids, which we've been having to do for resources anyway, so you guys likely have already done that one too. If you haven't, easy to do. Discover 3 creatures on dissonant worlds. Okay, so I found the dissonant planet, well slash moon, for this system. They did a very good job of hiding it. I've been spending the last like 20 minutes looking for this thing. Bohutai Prime, something like that. Dissonance detected, so it does tell you here, 3. So that one should be done. Yeah, here we go. Resonate. Harmonic echo detected. There we go. Now we can head out. Getting the multi-tool should be fairly easy if I remember. I hope so. Here we go. So this is what you're looking for. But if you've got that device we just used, you should be able to get to this fairly easily. Harmonic interface. If you're new to this, this is like almost like a secret race you can encounter later on with missions, and it's a whole quest to do with them. So, okay, so we need to do some math. So you get that code from scan memory registers, you then come here, and you want to put in order glyph 13, and that gives us access. Lift lockdown. So now we should have access to the multi-tool. Harmonically sealed. Never mind. There's more work to be done. So we remove the multi-tool seal. There we go. Now it's unlocked. Now we can come here. Compare. We're just going to take it for free. We've got the space. It's a new account. Awesome, and that's that one complete. We'll claim the rewards. We'll get some multi-tool upgrades. But next, eliminate corrupted sentinels. Should be fairly easy. You just gotta walk around and look for a sentinel. There we go. Here's one. We'll just start a fight real quick. We gotta kill 8 of these, I think. They are a pain because they heal each other. Oh my god, give me a better weapon. This is insane. Oh, that's way better. There we go. That hurt? I don't know what shot me then. There we go. Undying Horde complete. And then we've already done this one, which is pilot your Corvette. That's just going to be one of those ones that gets completed over time. So that's phase 3 done. So we can collect a reward, we get the Plasma Starship Trail. We're off on our next phase. Is it phase? Yeah, phase. We have a Voyager with us. It looks like someone else is trying to get their companion mission done. So we'll let him just sit in our ship with us. So let's get going. Okay, so we've made it to the next rendezvous point. We just carried on warping all the way to this point. Install Corvette shield modules. Install Corvette damage modules. Cool, let's get these put on then. We have a deflector shield. I'm just going to put mine there. And we have a high energy shield. And I'll also just put mine there. It only gave me 2. I reckon we're going to have to go to purchase modules, trade advanced modules, and we're going to have to look for defensive systems. I'm just going to get an ion barrier shield because it'll be cheaper. Where is it? Well, that's not good. Well, I might need to make some more sacrifices then. Okay, there we go. We actually got one this time. Okay, hopefully that's done now. Nice. Advanced defend. So we get some more weapon and starship inventory slots. Awesome. Install Corvette damage modules. Damage potential, I see. We need to put another weapon on it. Just put it right underneath. Awesome. And that should be that one done as well. So you can do a lot of these quite like back to back. Hopefully. There we go. Collect reward, starship inventory slot, conflict scanner, plans. Nice. Oh, we got given a Walker Brain there. I'm sure that's going to be... we might need to build that scanner soon. So what's next? Fall for 60 seconds from a Corvette. Visit a pirate system. Okay. There we go, about to do it. There we are. Oh, it was close. That is a horrific thing to land by. Where am I? I also quickly made myself one of these so I could get out of here ASAP. Okay, for the next stage, we have to find a pirate-infested system. You can see I found one here. The skull icon indicates that. You would have unlocked the ability to make a scanner, as well as getting the Walker Brain I mentioned earlier. You can buy wiring loom from space stations. So I've just quickly brought some wiring loom from a space station, just sold some bits. I had to make a bit of money in case you don't have the money. Buy some wiring loom, use the Walker Brain, and build yourself a scanner onto your starship. I'll show you here. There it is, conflict scanner. That's what I built. That will show you where pirates are. We're now in a pirate system. Am I doing something wrong? Why am I failing to go into these so much? What is up with these? Okay. Alright, and we're back. So, you guys would have just missed what just happened because OBS decided to crash weirdly on me. What happened was I went back to a pirate system and I got into a pirate fight, and then I went into utilities and I used my emergency warp that we installed earlier to just complete this one. So my next goal is to get smuggled contraband. I don't know what system I'm in anymore. Not a pirate one. Okay, so I'm inside a pirate abandoned space station. Oh my god, that thing almost landed on me. I've come to these guys here. These are the contraband vendors. Okay, these ones specifically say illegal on it, so this must be it. We'll buy these. Okay, so I've quickly made my way back to a regular system. I have the contraband on me, didn't have any issues, just came straight to the space station. We'll now go sell the contraband, and hopefully that should complete that mission for us. So you just want to come here, here's the sales terminal, Galactic Trade Terminal. Look at that, sold for more money than I brought it. That makes sense. There we go. And that means we can collect Phase 4 reward. The Deadeye cannon plans. Install an additional reactor. So we're already here, we can get started with this one. Let's have a look. So we got the Deadeye cannon, there it is. And we got these new reactors. Let's shove one of these on here. So we'll also shove that on there. Collect reward. I didn't actually see what we got. We got an anomaly detector. We're going to need that for the next one because we need to go outside into space and detect an anomaly. We need to find the anomaly detector. We've already got two, so we can use one here. Object is searching. Activate the pulse drive. Slow down. Okay. Was this what we wanted? Anomaly detected. Offer assistance. Oh. That did it. Okay, so we got an emergency signal scanner. So I think it's the same as last time. Begin the pulse drive. Slow down. There it is. Here we are. So now we need to enter the derelict freighter. I think we need to do this from start to finish. These can be quite lengthy, so just make sure you're prepared for these. So now we need to open up and head inside. Restart gravity. If you haven't done one of these before, they're like, it's sort of like a mini game. Oh god. Just keep your eye out for radiators. But essentially just explore and be prepared to fight a million things like this. Okay, so here's a terminus. Access crew manifest. So these are the three terminuses you're looking for. You want to look for these sort of things. Yep. I'm just skipping through the dialogue, bioscan. Cool. Feel free to get invested into the story if that's your thing. Let's do this quickly. I had to go look at some logs and they gave me some login details so I could use this final terminal. Should hopefully complete my exploration around this place. Awesome. There we go. Milestone complete, space wreck. Okay, so we've made it to the final section now. I've finished doing the derelict freighter. I just did the mission as normal, looted it up as I wanted, and then left. The last two missions we have is take a photo of your Corvette and shut down the planet's Sentinel force. So we're going to do the easy one first. I'm not sure how many I have to take. There we go. Okay, that did it. Maybe you had to have the mission like actually being followed. But after a long amount of grinding, I finally got them to drop a Sentinel boundary map, which is what we need to progress to the next stage. So you don't need to clear all 5 waves, you can just keep killing Sentinels over and over and eventually they'll drop glass and then you can turn this glass into stuff and if you're lucky it becomes a map. There you go, we've got 2 now. So we're going to leave, we're going to go find one of these things and then we need to attack it. I can't express how long it took me to do this. This has definitely been the longest stage for me so far yet. Okay, so the weather's cleared up. We're jumping in. Should be the final stage. I can't remember how to do these, but I assume we're destroying this. Okay. Now what? Let's get rid of this guy. Thank God for the scatter blast upgrades. Do I need to go to here? Yes. Shut down. Cool. I don't think that we need anything else from here right now. And there we go. Silence the Sentinel threat. Complete. That took me far too long. I'm so glad that one's done. Collect reward. Wheel of Herc firework. We also got more of the Star Bramble while I was doing this, so that one's done as well. So we look. Phase 1 complete. Phase 2 complete. Phase 3 complete. Phase 4 complete and the optional milestone. And Phase 5 complete. And then we get the Mecha Mouse Companion Egg as the final reward for completing all phases. And there you go. So with that, we can head back to our ship. So once you're back in the anomaly, you can come back to the desk that we started off with, just behind here. And if you're happy and you're ready to leave and you want to go back to your main save, we'll end it. There we go. So now we can return some of all the things we want to take back that we got from that expedition. Awesome. So there's not really much more I can take. I filled it all out, so I'm going to bring all that back with me. I'm going to end expedition. Like I said, everything you've done gets rewarded during the expedition and it will get sent back to your main account, so you've got nothing to worry about in terms of losing, or if you spent too long scanning things, you'll get rewarded for it. So now I should be back on my main account. There it all is. Anyway, that was the guide through Expedition 19, No Man's Sky. I hope that was helpful. If you enjoyed what you saw, please feel free to like and subscribe. But thank you for watching. I'll see you later. Bye bye.